Good morning. This is the time and place for the Planning Hearing Officer hearing of December 14th, 2022. My name is Vilia Zamaitaitis, and I will be conducting the hearing as the hearing officer. The Planning Hearing Officer hearing is being broadcast live on Glendale TV, viewable on Spectrum Cable Channel 6, and on AT&T Uverse Channel 99. Meetings are also streamed online in high definition on the city's webpage at www.glendaleca.gov/live, on youtube.com/myglendale, and on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire devices using a free app called ScreenWeave and choosing Glendale TV from the menu. Hearings are also archived on the city's website for viewing anytime at glendaleca.gov/agendas. For public comments and questions during the hearing, please call 818-937-8100. City staff will be submitting the questions and comments in real time to the appropriate person. Records of decision for all projects will be posted online on the Planning Division's website. Please note that any appeal of a case heard today must be filed within 15 calendar days of the design review decision date. Forgive me, it's of the Planning Hearing Officer decision date. The appeal application is also available online. The hearing will proceed as follows. I will read the description of the application request. I will then read reports received from other city departments and other letters or communications from interested parties. The case planner will make a brief overview of the case, give analysis, and make a recommendation. The applicant will then be asked to come forward stating both name and address, and will be asked to present the case within a 15-minute time limit. Others in support of or in opposition to the application and interested parties will be asked to come forward to speak, again clearly stating both name and address within a 3-minute time limit. Lastly, the applicant will be given the opportunity to make closing comments if desired in response to the testimonies given by the preceding speakers, and this will be within a 5-minute time limit. And lastly, the hearing will be closed and the case taken under submission. If the findings presented in the application and at the hearing meets the required findings set forth in the Glendale Municipal Code, then the project can either be approved or approved with conditions. If the findings of fact are not evident, then the request must be denied. After the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons who responded to the public notice either by speaking at the hearing or by submitting written responses and having provided their name and mailing address. The date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. Under the appeals provision in the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the decision date. Anyone wishing to appeal may obtain forms and brochures of the procedures from staff. Notification of this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices, which were mailed to all property owners and applicants within a 500-foot radius of the subject property. The site was physically posted, and the notice was also placed in the local newspaper. If you wish to speak at the hearing, please write your name and address on one of the speaker cards provided at the table by the front door and submit it to Planning Division staff. I would also like to inform everyone that the official proceedings of the Planning Hearing Officer hearing are recorded as part of the public record. With that, we have 2 cases on today's agenda. Both are conditional use permits for renewals of massage establishments. The first case is a conditional use permit, case number PCUP 000-320-2022 for an establishment located at 3456 Foothill Boulevard. And the request is a conditional use permit to continue the operation of an existing massage establishment in a CH commercial hillside zone and described as parcel A of parcel map 1228, subject to the standards listed in the Glendale Municipal Code 5.64. With that, I would prefer actually to have staff's presentation, and then I will read into the record any interdepartmental comments, so. Ms. Ma, would you please continue forward with your staff presentation?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Ms. Zematitis. So as said before, this is a CUP renewal for 3456 Foothill Boulevard for an existing massage establishment. And there are no proposed changes being made to the building or existing operations. The CUP renewal, it qualifies as a Class 1 category exemption because of the fact that there are no expansions being made or to the existing use. The project is located at the south side of Foothill Boulevard. And here we have the front of the massage establishment for New Glendale Massage. Here we have a different perspective of the massage establishment, including the parking lot. And here is another viewpoint of the parking lot and the building. Here we have the site plan located at the lower right, and as well as the other tenants and the parking lot itself, just to give a better overview. And here is the floor plan where you can see the entry of the massage establishment along where other indicated areas. You see all the massage beds as well as the rooms and any other foot massage locations, and as well as the waiting area. I will now provide my analysis for the CUP findings. The proposed continuous will be consistent with the various elements and objectives of the general plan. The land use element of the Glendale General Plan designates the subject site as community services. Personal services, land uses such as a massage establishment, generally offer a complementary element to surrounding uses. Massage services is an allowed use in the CH or commercial hillside zone, which are subject to the approval of a conditional use permit. No other elements of the general plan, including the historic preservation, open space and conservation, housing, and safety elements, will be impacted as a result of the massage establishment. The applicant's request for continued operation of the massage establishment in the CH Commercial Hillside Zone is not anticipated to be detrimental to the public health or safety, the general welfare, or the environment as conditioned. The immediate vicinity of the subject site is developed with single-family residential uses on the south side and commercial uses including restaurants, personal services, offices, and retail uses on the east and west side of the site. Approval of the conditional use permit will not adversely impact nearby uses nor impede the development of surrounding properties, since these properties are already developed. No changes are proposed to existing on-site building or site plan. There were also no citations received by neighborhood services and no reports or calls from the police department. The site will provide adequate public and private facilities such as utilities, landscaping, and traffic circulation measures are provided for the site. The use has been in operation at its current location since 2011. There are a total of 27 parking spaces provided through surface parking lot on the subject property, which provides parking for the subject use and other tenants. This application does not include any added floor area to the existing building or subject tenant space, so there will be no anticipated increase in parking requirements. This concludes my findings, and based on all the findings, staff recommends the approval for the CUP renewal of the massage establishment. This concludes my presentation. I am available for any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Ma. I looked over the interdepartmental comments and I noticed that the police department had no calls for service. They included a number of standard conditions, which I believe many of which are included in the list of conditions of approval. And the city attorney also had the standard comments for massage establishments. So other than that, there were no significant comments from any other department, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Have you received any letters or telephone calls regarding?
None so far.
So far, okay, great. With that, I would like to invite the applicant to come up and Jaiwei Zhang. And apologies for the mispronunciation. So Thank you. And there's also Feng Huang Guo. And who would like to speak first?
I guess I'll be speaking.
You'll
for
be
her.
speaking
Yeah.
first. Okay, great. Thank you. So if you don't mind, state your name and the establishment address for the record, and then you'll, if you don't mind, proceed with describing your project and the findings.
My name is Jiawei Zhang,
Thank you.
and the address would be 3456 Foothill Boulevard, Glendale. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to be asking me questions, and I'll be answering them.
Oh, actually, it's the applicant is supposed to describe how the building, or forgive me, how the use complies with the findings required for a conditional use permit. So do you happen to have your application? Perhaps you can read from the application?
So finding of facts.
Right,
A
correct.
conditional use permit shall be granted only if each of the following 4 findings exists. Additional findings are required for sale, serving, or consumption of alcohol beverage and nightclubs.
Oh, I believe that those are the wrong findings.
Those are.
Well, yes, because you're not an alcoholic, you're not proposing to sell alcohol, correct?
This is just like a list of like questions and answers that.
Correct. Why don't you perhaps, so Ms. Ma had the 4 required findings. How you are consistent with the general plan, how you will not be detrimental to the neighborhood.
The existing massage has been currently the purpose we use no increased parking load. Existing facility will not be detrimental to the public health, safety, welfare, and to the environment. The proposed use in the commercial zone will not adversely affect adjacent uses or impede the normal development of surrounding properties. It is an existing facility. The proposed occupant load is the same as rental. The proposed use will not have any consumption of alcohol beverage. The proposed use will not encourage or intensify crime within district. The existing or purpose use will not adversely impact any church, public or private school or college, daycare facility, public park, library, hospital, or residential use within the surrounding area. The public use will not increase traffic and parking need of existing facilities. The proposed use provides service to the people who has the needs for massage to relieve their chronic pain or back, neck, and feet discomfort.
Great, all right, thank you.
that.
No, that's fine. So how long have you operated the establishment? You're
12
the
years.
operators, correct?
Yeah,
12 years,
12 years.
and it's a family-operated
Yeah, that's correct.
massage establishment, and you're solely proposing to continue operating and knowing that there are standard requirements in the Glendale Municipal Code, which most likely Ms. Maud explained to you regarding signage and lighting and the availability to be inspected at any time, and you understand that you also have to obtain additional licenses to
That's
operate. Okay, so you've read over the conditions of approval that are proposed in the staff report? And that's fine.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's correct. Yeah.
That's all right, okay. Thank you. I appreciate you coming in. I don't have any more questions for you, so
Thank
thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Ma, do we have any callers on the
No callers.
project? No callers. We have no other speaker cards, so there's no need for a rebuttal. With that, having reviewed the staff report and all of the items in the case file, having heard the testimony, and following staff's presentation, I will be approving the conditional use permit, and the decision will be rendered shortly in terms of a decision letter sent out in the mail. So thank you very much for coming and your participation. So thanks. Okay, so next case, The next case on today's agenda is also a conditional use permit for a massage establishment and the renewal of their CUP. The project site is 452.5 West Colorado. Conditional use permit case number PCUP 000-140-2022. Again, this is a conditional use permit application to continue the operation of an existing massage establishment in the SFMU Commercial Residential Mixed-Use Zone, described as lots 13 and 14, Block N, subject to the standards listed in the Glendale Municipal Code 5.64. And I noticed the police department and the city's attorney's office had this essentially the same comments, interdepartmental comments regarding this request for a continued operation of a massage establishment. So these would just be standard conditions that have already been addressed in the proposed conditions of approval. So with that, I would like to turn the hearing over to Ms. Kuffel to provide a staff presentation.
Thank you, Ms. Semititis. I'm going to be repeating a lot of what you just mentioned. The proposal is to renew a conditional use permit. The project site is located in the SFMU Commercial Residential Neighborhood Zone and has been in operation since 2015, and that is when they received their original conditional use permit. This is a renewal to continue operations with no changes to the building or to the use. It is categorically exempt from CEQA because there is no expansion. It's just continuation of existing use. Here we have the project location. It's located on the south side of West Colorado Street in between South Pacific and South Columbus Avenues. It is in a multi-tenant space with various uses, including other personal services operations, a medical office, and an automobile supply store. Here are some photos of the existing building. And Ms. Semititis, would you like me to go through in detail all the findings?
If you don't mind just sort of summarizing then?
Yeah,
if you like.
absolutely. Staff believes that this project does meet all of the findings in that the use is consistent with the land use element and Glendale General Plan of proposed uses in that area. There are no changes, so there is no potential for the project to be detrimental to the neighborhood or the general welfare. And because there are no changes, it also adequately meets public and private facilities, and parking does not need to change or anything like that. So basically this maintains its current use and meets all of the findings. So staff recommendation is to approve the conditional use permit renewal.
Great, thank you. Perhaps, I'm not sure if you can answer this question or if the applicant can answer the question. I think your staff report alluded to 2 parking spaces for the
Yes.
use. And I noticed that there was additional parking behind the building. So
Yes.
could you sort of elaborate these 2 spaces versus the pool of parking for the
My
strip mall?
understanding is that 2 of these parking spaces, which you can see on the site plan, are allocated to the front facility, and that the remaining parking are for the automobile supply shop, which is in this southern part of the site plan.
Okay. So this is all one full site plan that's with multi-tenant uses?
Correct.
Okay, great. All right, thank you very much for that clarification.
You're welcome.
With that, I would like to invite the applicant, Cassie Fang, to come forward, please. And I believe you also have requested an interpreter as well. So thank you, Mr. Chris Zhao. as
Hi,
well.
good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Cassie Fan. I'm actually here to speak behalf of Fen Mei Xu. I'm not the applicant.
Yes.
I'm here to help her to present our presentation. And I know it is our responsibility to explain the hearing why our project meets those findings. First of all, the proposed use will be consistent with the various elements and the objectives of the general plan. Our location is located in the SFMU zone, which is a commercial residential mixed-use zone. Massage service is allowed to use this zone. We're here to provide a healthy service which can help people in this community to maintain a healthier lifestyle. Second of all, the use and its associated structures and facility will not be determinantal to the public health or safety, the general welfare or environment, or the environment. We are located on the 4521/2 West Colorado Street, Glendale, and it is 662 square feet. We made no changes to this existing on-site building or site plan, and the nearest parking is a quarter mile from the property site. We have been successfully open for over 1 year since we first opened, and we have zero complaint from the Glendale Police Department and Neighborhood Service Division. Also, our use and the facility will not adversely affect or conflict with adjacent uses or impede the normal development of surrounding properties. And no changes are proposed to this existing on-site building as part of the CUP application. Renew the conditional use permits will not impact nearby uses on this commercial street, nor impede the development of surrounding properties since those properties are already developed. We will not draw major traffic or create conflicts with the adjacent uses. And while we can meet the adequate public and private facility such as utilities, parking spaces, and traffic circulation measures and provide for the use. The use has been in operation in this current location since 2015, and a total of 2 parking spaces are provided in this surface parking lot on the subject property to service the subject use and other tenants. Our application does not include any added floor area to this existing building or subject tenant space, so no increase in the parking requirement is being created. The existing utility and landscaping parking spaces and traffic circulation measures and adequate as they are already in place. And we open every day from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and there will be 2 employees working every day. And also, in summary, I noticed in a difficult time for the COVID since it happens, and a lot of people, they have been doing bad business, and we are here to help them to help them to have a healthier mind and healthier body, and I hope the city will help us to continue open in the future.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was very thoroughly answered, and you had no need for an interpreter. So you did a wonderful job yourself. So no, you did. No, you did a wonderful job.
At this kind of place, I'm like a little worried, nervous too.
You did a great job.
With my standing behind her to back her up.
You were
Confident.
You were the moral support. You were the moral support. Yes, you did a great job as well. So, no, thank you very much. So,
Thank you.
I have no further questions.
Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Kuffel, do we have any callers?
We do not.
You do not. And have you received any letters or phone calls prior to the
None.
hearing?
None.
Received. With that said, there's no need for a rebuttal. So based on your testimony provided today and the application that was submitted and also staff's presentation, I will also be approving this conditional use permit. So a letter will be sent out shortly, the decision letter with the conditions. And so before I forget, you have read over the standards in the Glendale Municipal Code regarding massage establishments. So you're well aware what you need to do to comply with those standards, and also I'm assuming that you've read over the conditions of approval that were in the staff report, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you're familiar with that. So yes, I will be approving the CUP. So thank you very much. With that, there are no other items on today's agenda, and the planning hearing officer hearing of December 14th is now adjourned. Thank you all very much for coming. Thank you.